Oklahoma lawmakers inch closer to a budget agreement. Natural grocers workers in Norman vote to unionize. And lawmakers pass changes to high school language requirements, and tribal leaders are expressing concerns. We'll have details on the KGOU AM News Brief for Friday, May 10th. I'm Nick Daniels. Oklahoma lawmakers have inched closer to a final budget agreement following Day 2 of the 2024 State Budget Summit. But State Capitol reporter Lionel Ramos says disagreement over an income tax cut could slow things down.
There was some give and some take at this week's second 2024 State Budget Summit. Lawmakers are closer to a final product. But a slight shift in position from Governor Kevin Stitt and House leadership on an income tax cut may speed up or slow talks down going forward. In line with House Bill 2950, from the very early days of the session, Stitt now proposes flattening income tax rates for all but the poorest Oklahomans.
The quarter of a point, we're kind of taking that off the table. The path to zero would only be if revenue grows. I don't know what the numbers are, but just flattening those rates really helps the poorest of Oklahomans.
An income tax cut would only take effect if the state saw large revenue increases year over year. Still, disagreements on what it means for Oklahoma's fiscal bottom line and future expenditures mean no commitments on other parts of the budget from either side. I'm Lionel Ramos.
Workers at the Norman Natural Grocers voted to unionize yesterday after years of organizing. Our own Hannah France has more on the 11-9 vote to join the United Food and Commercial Workers Local 1000 and what comes next.
The workers are the first Natural Grocers employees to successfully vote to unionize their store. Some Starbucks and Apple workers in the OKC Metro have done the same in recent years. Natural Grocers employee and union organizer Bridget Burns compares the presence of a union for its workers to the company's use of third-party verification to ensure the quality of its products.
Trusting those of us at the store level to collectively raise our voice in this way, I think could ultimately be much better for the company in the long run.
In a statement, Natural Grocers Public Relations Director Katie Maccarelli says the company will bargain in good faith with the UFCW, but still thinks having a direct relationship with employees better suits their interests. After the National Labor Relations Board certifies the election, the workers can petition the company to bargain for a contract. I'm Hannah France.
A state judge has temporarily blocked Oklahoma from enforcing its ban on using so-called woke banks for state business. OPMX's Grayson Wheeler has more on the case.
Oklahoma enacted the Energy Discrimination Elimination Act in 2022. It allows the state treasurer to create a list of banks that don't support the oil and gas industry, then ban state agencies and pension funds from doing business with them. The Oklahoma Public Employee Retirement System estimates it would cost them nearly $10 million to stop working with blacklisted banks. Don Keenan is a state government retiree. He sued State Treasurer Todd Russ late last year, saying Oklahoma was using his retirement money to make political statements. A judge has blocked the state from enforcing the treasurer's blacklist until the case is decided. She says it's likely a court will find the law too vague and in violation of the state constitution. The block is to protect retirees in the meantime. I'm Grayson Wheeler.
Oklahoma lawmakers have passed changes to high school requirements to learn a second language, but the state's tribal leaders are hoping the governor won't sign on. OPMX's Katie Hallam has details.
More than 3,000 public school students participate in indigenous language curriculums, but House Bill 3278 would end requirements for students to take a second language. Cherokee Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. wrote in a statement that the bill would be detrimental to language restoration efforts. Muskogee Nation Chief David Hill says it would be a, quote, massive step backwards. Liam McAlpin is studying at Northeastern State with plans to teach the Cherokee language. He says he doesn't believe legislators understand the impact these courses make.
It's not just learning a language, it's learning culture, it's learning ways of thinking, it's broadening your horizons.
The bill was passed in both the House and Senate and now awaits Governor Kevin Stitt's approval. I'm Katie Hallam.
You'll find more news at our website, kgou.org, and on the KGOU PM News Brief podcast.
Hi, it's Terry Gross, the host of Fresh Air. We bring you in-depth, long-form interviews with actors, directors, musicians, authors, journalists, and more. Listen to our Peabody Award-winning Fresh Air podcast from WHYY and NPR.